Welcome to ASCENT. Today, we're going to ask a question of the Divine Masculine Collective. We need to know why it has been essentially a ghost town. There has been a lot of ghosting, but under even weirder circumstances than usual or more challenging circumstances than usual. And also, there have been some divine masculines who tend to come around and check in periodically, where the divine feminine was able to develop somewhat of a pattern that they could expect to see. And then that hasn't exactly been what's been going on lately. They haven't been coming back around. They have really disappeared in some cases. So for you, if you've been dealing with something like that, if it's been like that for a while, even this might be something that you've been waiting for. But if this is something you've been starting to notice, uh, especially with, again, that increased time between normal contact, this is going to be really important for you to check out. All right. Okay. Well, this is interesting. First message is cultivate faith. I have a feeling that this is directly from the DM, even though we're going to want to think this is the 5D DM or this is the divine feminine, or our guides. I think this is the divine masculine. I think the divine masculines deep down want to know that they can contact you without feeling like they're going to be in trouble or deal with some kind of energy, like you being hurt or whatever. And again, I know that it's challenging when someone does something like that. It was one of the things that Mr. Lightwork did that I was not about it. It's the reason why I became the runner. I was done. I do not like that kind of stuff. Especially, don't tell me you're going to come and then don't come. Don't tell me you're going to call and then don't call. But then even more so, don't think that you can just pop back in after a long time knowing how I feel about you. So I'm totally with you guys on that. And if you feel that way, the difference is these divine masculines who genuinely care. Mr. Lightwork has cared about me since the moment we met. Mr. Lightwork and I have had a connection that it wasn't even, I never questioned if he liked me, if he cared about me, if he, and I questioned that with pretty much everybody, but I never questioned that with him. I was more so questioning if he would ever want to be in a relationship, etc. And I say all this to say, when you think about a divine masculine saying, listen, be impeccable with your word, cultivate faith, and look where the faith is being cultivated from the third eye, from the space of the knowing, from the space of, this is the vision. You're thinking about something from the bigger picture, from a wider scope, a longer range of time. This is you being who you say you are to the DM. Many of you tell your divine masculines, maybe you don't tell them you think you're twins, but you tell them, hey, you're special, you're different, you're the one, even. You're my soulmate, even. Something in words they might be able to understand, right? You got to act like it if you've done that. Now, if you haven't done that, if they don't know you, this could be a message coming saying, be able to believe and have your belief only be strengthened over time, not diminished, because you're not choosing to cultivate that garden of faith. But if these divine masculines have heard directly from you that in some way, shape, or form you're their person, I believe that the initial message here says, do not give up. Have faith in what you told me you believe us to be. All right, let's get a couple cards and let's just see. I was about to shuffle again. What's back here, by the way? Release the need to be right. Okay, I'm gonna just move on from that one. All right, divine masculine. Why are you ghosting divine feminine? What do we need to understand? Are we missing something? Maybe are you going through something? What is it that we need to understand about this extended period, or even just this weird, challenging, strange energy we're in? Be immune to others' opinions. Don't take things personally. Okay, hold on. Before I interpret that, because that could mean a lot of things. I mean, the first thing that even comes to my mind is them saying to you, don't listen to the people around you who are telling you things while the ghosting is happening. Let your life be transformed. Don't make assumptions. And then one more. Another thing that came to me a little bit earlier was the fact that these divine masculines are saying, not only do I want to know that I can contact you without being worried, but in the past, if that has happened, I've been outright terrified, and I've extended the amount of time before I call you again, trying to make sure I figure out somehow, is the energy going to be right? And okay, I'm just going to go ahead and take both of these. They came out and they're both always do your best to surrender and let go of the past and do your best because you want to. So your divine masculine is asking you to let go of what's happened and do that not because they want you to, but because you want to. Find a motivation within yourself to be able to let go of how things have been. To me, this divine masculine sounds apologetic. This doesn't really sound like they're making excuses. It sounds like they're really trying to encourage you to have the faith that is needed in times of separation. Separation will not be the only thing you experience in terms of, oh, I'm a twin flame and I'm experiencing twin flame separation. No, you'll experience separation throughout your life with your partner, because separation can apply in different ways, right? We're just talking about twin flame separation. But what about when you guys are not together because there's traveling, or you have work, or there's this mental blockage, or one of you has to go somewhere to help a family member, right? There's all these different moments where you're not going to have this completely, totally together bond, all up in each other's grill, face, etc. And you really need to be able to strengthen whatever you guys have in spite of what's happened before. Because what you don't want also is to, every time you guys have any kind of separation energy, you get separation anxiety, because that's what you're dealing with right now. So being immune to others' opinions, allowing your life to be transformed. I think these two things say, going back to the cultivation, going back to, this is kind of interesting actually. And I'm going to put this down. Don't make assumptions. Say goodbye to sadness and drama. It's interesting to see, you have the turtle with this plant in its mouth, and then you see the tree, and you kind of see these came out together, and you've got this bird with all the birds, and this big tree where this nest is. And I get this sense of allowing the relationship to grow, to not only grow roots, to be transplanted or transformed if it needs to be in any way, and to understand that there was going to be this tremendous future. There are trees on this earth that are at least hundreds of years old. Are there 1,000-year-old trees? Whenever I channel, I always start mixing things up, but you see my point. There are things in existence that they started small, and I just realized something. Look at this. Look at this. This is exactly how the seeds spread. I mean, this is incredible. This is a very weird visual we're getting. I think it says, allow what's happening to go through the process that it needs to. Do everything you can to keep yourself sane, and trust that although this ghosting is happening, it doesn't seem to be about a problem. It doesn't seem to be about you doing something wrong. I think the one thing they're asking is, hey, make sure that when you pick up that phone, it's good. And some of you are like, oh, I'm always nice when I pick up. I just know that I've been waiting for the past however long they've ghosted me for to have the conversation about why they've ghosted me. So I have it in my mind and it's sitting there. They know people are not stupid. And even if they don't really know what's happening, they can feel the tension of waiting. My dog knows when I'm waiting for a delivery because I'm waiting for the delivery. He just knows. So just understand these things. They do have that they, I think, need to get through to you. On the other side, though, for the most part, I don't think this is a message of, I'm ghosting you because something's really wrong in my life or something's wrong with us. This is, I got things going on, and while this is happening, please don't let my inability to communicate properly, or my confusion on my journey or my path or whatever I might be dealing with, don't allow that to stop you from moving forward. Don't allow it to hinder you on your walk and your journey. And also, if possible, can you just trust that everything's going to work out in the end? Because that's frankly what the divine masculine is banking on. They are banking on somehow, some way. I know that that's not the divine feminine way, but remember, we're the gatherers, they're the hunters. When they go out hunting, they don't know every time they're going to come back with a kill. They don't know that. You go to your berry tree, and that berry tree has been there every season since your grandma's grandma showed you that berry tree. You know what I'm saying? Maybe not your grandma's grandma showed you the berry tree. Is that possible? That's bad. Anyways, my point is maybe back in times. All right. Anyway, so my point is the way that we do things as the nurturers and the gatherers is a lot more sure and secure. That's why we tended to the home, to the homestead, to the established place, to the safe space. Divine masculines go out into the risk. They go out and they seek something that they cannot be sure is even there, but they trust it and they believe it. So as much as we think that we're the more faithful ones, we've got cards, connection with spirit, gifts, abilities, whatever. We got all these things and we still cannot trust it because we cannot see it. While the divine masculines are asking us because they believe, and even if they think it's a long shot, they're still hoping for it. And to them, that's enough. That's still enough. You just never know. And to the divine feminines, that might look like, really? I'm a long shot. I'm a 1%. I'm a possibility. And it's like the fact that they see you as that is tremendous from the mind of a divine masculine. Yes, it is. So I hope this really blessed you with a little bit of peace of mind here, that the divine masculine, this deck could have come through and the divine masculine could have read you. The divine masculine could have outed themselves. But instead we get this thing that says, please be at peace. Try to find your way. And as you're doing these things, as you allow yourself and your life to be transformed, as you find your space of clarity and peace outside of the words of others, and you start to really decide, you know what, I'm going to do this. I'm going to cultivate good, they have the angel on your shoulder, the devil on your shoulder thing. It's like, I'm going to cultivate these good thoughts and good things in my head. So it's, all angels, right? And I'm going to do my best not to just be fed. I'm not going to do things because I'm expecting something or because I think that if I then the spirit will. No, I'm going to do things because I do my best every single day to be my best, to make the best, most light, highest good situation possible, because I am transmuting energy every single moment of my life. If you're there, your divine masculine is saying, I'm not ghosting you. Please don't let society trick you into thinking that. I'm not ghosting you. I really am just doing everything I can to get to you the right way. All right. I love you. Oh, by the way, thank you guys so much for participating in the 16 Days of Gracemas. This has been really cool to see how many people have already taken part. I guess some of you are looking at the video that I have because we're only in the first couple days, right? And and somehow or another, I'm getting people doing things that are deeper into the Days of Gracemas. So thank you so much for that. And I really hope that you will take part in this so that we can boost the channel. We can get the channel back to where it needs to be. Basically, we're just kind of showing the YouTube algorithm through the efforts we're going to make through liking, commenting, just kind of doing a little bit of extra for the channel right now to put some respect on Ascent. You know what I mean? To understand that this is something that this community needs and wants and finds valuable, because that's what YouTube is here to do. YouTube is here to say, let me find the advertisers, good people to put their ads on. I know that's like, oh my God, but that's what YouTube's here for. So thank you so much for helping us to kind of fight against this machine. And whether it's liking and commenting on this video or going through and liking every single comment on a channel or on a video or whatever you want to do, or just again, following along with the Days of Gracemas, it's más grace. Más grace. No, it's more grace, great Christmas. Anyway, 12 days of Look, you guys all send me emails, messages, left comments, and I prayed and kind of this is what came up with over the night last night. So we're going to do this. Okay. This was a great idea of a bunch of good ideas. And I think that this is going to work. So I'm really grateful to you guys for being here, being a part of this, and taking that time out of, maybe when you're hanging out, watching TV or listening to music or, in an Uber or something, and just kind of going through and doing what you can do to help me. It's really, really beautiful to see what's already started, and we're only, a little ways in. So I love you. I hope that if you need me, I can help you out with a free reading. But if not, I also have readings available, whether it's a bonus exclusive that's going to be, around 11/11, or whether it is one of the readings I have 50% off on the monthly specials page that starts at, around $25, or whether it's something like your contract or a divine masculine discovery reading where you learn more about who this person is and what they're meant to do here. Whatever it is, I hope that I can be a blessing to you. And if you need me, make sure you leave a comment and ask any questions that you think especially would benefit the collective, and I will pull cards. I'll talk to you later. Peace.